zone.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now West, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Flacco off play action. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, a 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Flacco over the middle. He's got Treadwell. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Third down and 5. Flacco will take to the air again. Setting up the screen for West. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
A red zone 1st down for Flacco. And this one to Treadwell, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. That is caught inside the 5. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. So now it's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second. Half on is the field goal unit. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here.
Hyped in what is there. And this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They come out here in the eye. Again, it's Crowell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the 3rd quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and now it's 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
2nd and 10 now. Kessler once more. Finding time. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bad.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. On the ground, it's West again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Looking for 2 yards here on 3rd down. Flacco. That's caught by Treadwell. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. This is West. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Here's Flacco. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Watch left. He's tied right there. 3 down. Set. Move, 45.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And he's got his man on the out route. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Baltimore 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Hey, move, 45.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
5 5 yards to go for the offense. First down and goal from that 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Flacco here on second down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Max Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense.
And it's a sack. Down goes Kessler. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now Kessler throwing on second down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way that he made the play. Came across and knocked it away.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Third and long, it's Kessler. He's got time in the pocket. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll run again here with West. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco. He completes it to Treadwell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
Now a toss. This is West. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it with West. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
3rd down and 3. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll try and pound it in with Taliaferro. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Hey. 4 down.
They come out here in the eye.
Hey, watch the slant.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lorenzo Taliaferro, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. and that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now Kessler on second down. He's got time. Now a desperation throw. It's caught inside the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now a first down following that long gain. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First down, Kessler. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On second down, here's Kessler. Backing up. Now he steps away. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
To throw again is Kessler. Surveying the field. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Cody Kessler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
Here we go now. Green, 30. No, check. Patriot.
They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Ravens, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they dip to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.